Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds, by birth also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grow up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vault and create wealth from within. What's going on, good people? What is going on? Let me fix the screen real quick. All right, I should be good. Let me get good over here. What's going on, cousins and kin folks? All right. What's going on, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook? I am here live in the flesh by popular demand, okay? I told y'all the last time, don't email me, right? I meant that. I don't know what people don't understand about that. But there was one email message in particular why I showed back up, just one. And this is for all my, I want to say maybe 45 and over. This one really pulled on my heartstrings. So that's why I'm back, okay, by request. This is an elderly woman and don't know much about AI and how the world is changing, going digital, etc. Trying to learn how to do something, but ask me, can you explain your programs? What is a do it yourself? How would that help me? What is a done for you? What I still need to learn, this or that. And because I am limited with, my time, especially trying to be on the phone, having conversations and different things of that sort, I decided to come back here and make it make sense, okay? Just in case there's several other people that are older and want to, understand how does this make sense for me? Because I can come by here and say, hey, we need to be doing this, we need to be doing that, and that part register, but they don't understand where I fit in, how this going to benefit me, why is the necessary urgency for me to get on here and learn, etc. Okay, so that's what this live is about. I found that to be, a reason worthy of me showing back up, going live, just in case anybody else have any questions, just in case anybody else is indecisive. They know they have to do something, but they don't know exactly what that is. I offer a lot of programs. I get that. So I'm going to take the time to use this live, go as quickly as I possibly can, but very detailed. And then I'm going to get out y'all hairs, okay? And go on back to what I was doing. Now, let me go ahead and get my presentation up because I do have a presentation. It's going to actually cover what is a do-it-yourself, how did that work, what is it done for you, etc. So I'm going to pull that up. I want to say welcome to everybody. I'm not going to be long. I might be a little lengthy, but not too long because I actually want to share and, at least give some little detail to make it make sense for everybody, even if a child wanted to not understand what it is that I'm discussing or what opportunity, how it benefits them, etc. While I am pulling up this presentation, I'm going to kindly ask you, if you don't mind, to please share this. Some young person may be looking for a way to get into this industry and disrupt and change him and his family life. Some older other person or other older person may be feeling the same way, and that really pulled on my heartstrings because the young people, they have the capability of picking it up. The middle agers, the 30s to 40s, 35s to 45s, they still in between where they can actually adapt. But the seniors, the seasoned people, they feeling overwhelmed and lost. So I love y'all enough. Okay, my aunties and grandmas, my cousins, I love y'all enough to come by here and do y'all that due diligence. Okay, but after this, here's going to be a 1000% explainer video of what I have to offer so that you can understand in a fifth grade's understanding. Okay. Please share, please share, please share. Helps me beat the algorithm, and it also helps me reach the people that I'm supposed to reach. That being said, we ready to kick it off. Instagram cousins, y'all not gonna be able to see the presentation. I always gotta say that because it's not that I'm not turning the camera around so you can't see it. It's just if I turn the camera around, we're on the elongated view, and the presentation is, is stretched out this way. So I'd have to pull it all the way back out like this for you to see it, and then you won't be able to see the actual text. So what I'm going to do is I am going to read. This is what the presentation looked like. Every now and again, I may turn it around so you can see the visuals, but it just defeats the purpose and probably will cause people eyes to hurt and log off and say, you know what, I don't even want to look at it because I can't see it. So you can see me. And I'm going to be sharing from the presentation, so you're going to be able to hear it. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me silence my phone because I absolutely forgot to do so. All right, there we go. All right, we ready. Okay. Title. If you don't move after this, then that's a personal choice. It really is. If you don't move after this being explained to you, etc., you know what's going on, you know how, to get yourself in a better position. That will be your own personal choice. Okay? Just so we clear. I always want to let my cousins know it ain't nobody's fault but the person looking in the mirror. It's our fault. Everything is our fault. Okay? No more confusion, no more waiting. This is a final breakdown before everything changes. I mentioned on the last live that that was my last live. Like I said, I got other emails, asking, hey, wait up for us, and I told y'all that I would ignore those emails. That wouldn't bring me back. But when one of the elders said, I'm just an old lady trying to figure this all out. And can you explain what the products or services you're offering so that I can make the best decision? Because we feel like we get left behind. I need to see if I'll be able to keep up with that or if I'll be able to do this. So that is the sole reason why I am here. Okay. But let's be real. There has been a lot of people that watch the videos. Don't think because maybe 7, 8, maybe 12 people, something like that, show up during a live. Okay. For one, the algorithm um, will always be the algorithm. And for two, people may be off doing their own thing, catch it later on. But after the live has ended and I'm able to see the analytics, I know exactly how many people watch the content. So when I say many, it is many. Okay. Not just on YouTube or Facebook, as well as Instagram. Some of y'all, many of y'all have been watching for years and still haven't moved. So this information, I don't know why my slides always say tonight. Okay, this is the daytime. So today is not about information. You already have that knowledge. You heard the explanations. You've seen the results of others. I call them receipts. You see the receipts that other people are getting. Um, and basically, whether you move right or left is going to be on you. Okay. Today is about a decision. Every moment you delay is a moment that somebody else claims that opportunity that you pass on. The window is open right now, but windows don't stay open forever. We know that. Okay. So this is the moment. I'm going to go through the presentation that I'm going to pull, open up some of these opportunities that I have so that you be able to get a sneak peek into what it is and how it would benefit you. Okay. This is the reality that nobody wants to say out loud. The financial system, we should all know this, was not designed to make you comfortable. It was designed to keep you dependent. And here's the data on that so that you don't think Dr. T is just bringing you some crazy stuff. No, this is stats. Okay? Here is the statistics on how many people in America are living on paycheck to paycheck. 60% of American people in the richest, wealthiest country, powerfulest country on planet Earth, over half of the people are living paycheck to paycheck. Nearly 60% of Americans have no buffer between their income and their bills. They don't have anything stable to stand on. Okay? $17 trillion combined of household debt. The total U.S. household debt is at a record high that keeps on climbing each quarter. 30+% cost of living surge. Your rent, your groceries, your insurance, your Wi-Fi, your cell phones, everything has inflated and has surged over the last 3 years alone, okay, and continuing to climb. Most people are surviving, not building. There's a massive difference between the two, and only one of them leads to wealth. Okay? And I don't want you guys thinking that money is wealth, because money is not wealth at all. Money is not wealth. Wealth is favor, it is resources, it is abundance. It does include, money, but that is not the definition of wealth. You have to go look up what wealth is. Time freedom, okay? Money freedom, mind freedom, where you are redeeming your time. You're able to really live the life that you were born to live. You're able to go and do all the things that you always wanted to do. You're able to see and touch and help people that you've always desired to help. The purpose you were born to do. Okay. And each and every single one of us have a purpose. Somehow, some way, if it was to make animals better, you have a purpose. Okay. But when you are constrained, when we are locked down, when we don't have the resources, when we don't have the time freedom, when we don't have the mind freedom, then we are not wealthy. So wealth does not mean having a whole lot of money. Wealth means having enough money in abundance that you don't have to worry about bills, that you don't have to worry about clocking in, that you don't have to worry about whether your family is good or not good, that you don't have to worry about whether you helping somebody will take something out of your house or out of your hands. Freedom. Wealth equals freedom. That's it. That's what wealth equals. Wealth equals a resource or an army of people. So instead of you having to even clean your own home, instead of you having to go do your own shopping, okay, you have the freedom to do what you love to do because you have other people, a resource, an army of people that is surrounding you to help you be a better version of you and do all the things that you were called to do. So when I say wealth, I don't want people to think dollar signs. Resources, currency is included in that, but that is not the definition of wealth. The economy has already been shifting beneath our very feet. This is not a cycle. This is strategically and a structural change. The old rules no longer apply. And those who adapt early will capture the wealth that gets redistributed in every major economic shift. Right now, digital payments are exploding. Trillions are moving through digital rails every year. Cash is being replaced. Those who operate digitally gain access to global markets 24/7. Okay? With cash, you limited. You limited where you can go and how you can spend. Okay? Waited on my bundle, ready to change my life. Check your spam, beloved, because I already sent it to you. Make sure you check your spam. TJT Worlds is where it's coming from. Type that in your inbox and you'll see it, and then come and confirm here that you received it because I sent it personally. Excuse me. But yes, digital is in demand. Okay. As a matter of fact, let me say digital is dominating. Digital is dominating. Cash is being eliminated. We've covered it. Mexico and a lot of other places are not taking cash. Right here in Visalia, California, there are places that do not take cash at all. In Atlanta, okay, the whole entire arena is cashless. There is no cash to be used at all. Whether we like it or not, whether we're going to adapt or not, you're going to get left behind because that's just the way things have shifted. They are not shifting, they have shifted. Okay. Online income is expanding. Creators, consultants, and digital operators are building incomes that were impossible a decade ago without a boss, a commute, or a ceiling. Let me explain to you all right now what's happening. Same thing that happened during the dot-com boom. Same thing that happened during the industrial complex. There was a group of people that got real wealthy. Why? Because they were there first. They were there first. That's why. By the time the first forerunners, frontliners get there first and figure it out, then everybody else is secondary, second class. Now things change because you already got a group of people who figured it out. And those people who figured it out will just be set for life. Just because they took the chance. Just because, okay, yeah, they stepped out on faith. It don't even have to be faith. Just because I believe that I can do this. I'm going to learn how to do this because this is a moment I will not let pass me by. I will seize the opportunity. When we went from going to the library and working the big old ugly typewriters to the dot-com boom, the MySpace, and now you can get a yahoo.com, and now you can go to tonyspizza.com, and now you can go to pizzahut.com and burgerking.com, the whole dot-com movement. Those are the wealthiest people right now in our generation that we know. Now we have an AI digital building being built, digital ecosystem being implemented, digital infrastructure being erected, and we gonna miss that. I mean, you have in the dot-com boom, it didn't care if you was black, white, or yellow, purple, it didn't matter. It didn't matter if you was rich or if you was poor. It didn't matter what your background was. And this is another one of those moments where it does not matter what your education level is. It does not matter what the color of your skin is. It does not matter, what your income status is. It does not matter if you have a background. It don't matter if you went to jail and you're on probation. It doesn't matter if you're in prison. Hello, somebody. Tory Lanez is in prison rolling out whole documentaries using AI. It does not matter where you are at this dispensation of time. And please don't miss it. The old way is dead. The old way of us doing things is dead. And I can't shout it enough. You're missing your moment. You're missing your moment. You're missing your moment. The moment you've been praying for, hoping for, desiring for, miserable about, depressed about, that moment is now. And if you get there early, you will be set for life. I checked both inboxes, but I don't see it. Okay, hold on 1 second. 1 second, because I'm going to let you see on my end that I sent it. Hold on one second. I sent it to the email that you sent to me in the second Cash App. Let me show you. Let me stop the share one moment, y'all, so I can make sure my sister girl is good. This one right up here at the top, okay? I ain't gonna show you her whole email address, but was sent at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time, 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 6 o'clock, okay? To that right there. This top one right here. Let me know if you see it. I don't want to show you the whole entire email. But that one right at the top is yours. Sent it at 5 o'clock. You got to search TJT Worlds or TJT. Check your spam because it probably went there because I attached links. And when you and I have not emailed each other before and I send a link, they're going to automatically shoot it to the spam box. They're going to automatically shoot it to the spam because we never had any dialogue. Okay? Just come back and let me know. But I just wanted you to see that I sent it 1,000%. Let's get back to the presentation. Hold on one second. All right. So online income is expanding. Creators, consultants, and digital operators are building incomes that were impossible a decade ago without a boss, without a commute, or without a ceiling. AI is replacing tasks, a lot of them. Automation is eliminating traditional jobs at scale. Your job is not safe. Here is your warning. If you still working, if you depending on Social Security, that's not safe. Okay? That's not safe. Let me see if I can pull it up here and show you how many Social Security offices is going out of business. Can you believe that? This ain't even made mainstream news. Social Security offices going out of business. Hold on, let me go ahead and share the screen over here. Stop the screen share. Okay. Social Security offices closing. Okay. First of all, a lot of places like special ed, they have a shortage. Okay. Social Security offices across the United States are temporarily closing due to a staff shortage, as you can see over here in Business Insider. This is what the problem is. Staffing shortages. Okay. Not just in California, but all over the United States. But the reason for that is not staffing shortages. The federal government has not paid these people in a cool minute. TSA workers are quitting by the drove, okay? Because they have not been paid in a cool minute. But don't you worry your little heads. Don't you worry your little heads. Okay? By September 30th, 2025, the Social Security Administration has already transitioned to a fully digital system. They ended paper checks. Them old people had to get in there and register online to the digital system in order to even keep their benefits after, I want to say it was like maybe August 30th of last year. Okay? Ain't no more paper checks. Ain't no more going into the Social Security, getting no Social Security card. Ain't no more of that. Same thing with DMV. Okay? Everything has gone digital. So I just wanted to stop that right there and share with you. Great. Glad you got it. Told you I sent it, love. Come back with those receipts. I love me a good old receipt. All right. So AI is replacing a lot of tasks. Automation is eliminating traditional jobs at scale. The question is, are you building on top of AI or are you about to be replaced by it? The way money being made is changing. You're going to either ride the wave or get buried underneath it, and that's real. I'm telling y'all, cousins, please stop trying to work for money. It will take you, I'm telling you, a lifetime. Stop trying to work for money. Please stop. Especially right now when you don't have to. You do not have to work for money at all. Okay, you put something together, you learn a skill, and that skill will make you money over and over and over and over and over again. If you do not adapt, then this will be your future. You will depend on one check, and that is universal basic or universal high income. Okay, UBI or UHI, universal high income or universal basic income. If you have one employer, one source, one point of failure, if that job disappears through a layoff, through an automation, or a restructuring, because that's what they call it, everything collapses at once. And then you fall behind so fast, your head won't even spin. Inflation does not pause, and neither do your bills. Your cost of living will not wait. While your paycheck is staying flat and on the verge of just one knockout, the gap between where you are and where you need to be is growing wider and wider every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year. And then you have no other choice but to stay stuck in survival. And survival mode is the most expensive place to live. It costs you time. It costs you your life, literally. It costs you energy. It costs you your peace. And every opportunity that requires capital, you won't ever have it. So you stay in that cycle trapped. And that's exactly what it's called, a trap. And most people don't even realize that they are in it until it's too late. After death, you can't realize anything. Okay? Why this hits hard for some other than others? Let's not pretend that the playing field has been equal for us. It hasn't. Certain communities face structural barriers that compound over generations. And when economic shift hits, the impact land harder on those with the least cushion. Communities that already have less access to capital. Loan denials run higher, interest rates run steeper. Starting from less means every mistake costs proportionately more. Less financial education. Schools didn't teach wealth building. Most families never had it passed down either. The knowledge gap is real, wide. I mean, it's innumerable and deliberate. More reliance on one income. When there's no safety net, a single income isn't just a choice. It feels like the only option until you learn that there are others. When the economy shifts, the impact hits hardest where the foundation is thinnest. That's why moving now matters more for you than for anybody else, especially if you're a minority. More than anybody else, it should definitely matter real bad for you. because dependence will cost you everything. Security is an illusion. That's why we ain't been secured yet. It rests on a single point of failure, just one. However, real security is built. It doesn't come from a job offer letter or a direct deposit notification. One job equal one risk. Your entire financial life rests on a relationship that can be terminated with a 2 weeks notice. It also equals one emergency. Total stress, a medical bill, a car breakdown, or a missed shift should have the power to destabilize your entire household. One mistake equals one massive setback. Without some type of system, a multiple income source stream, a single wrong move can erase months or years of progress. That is not security. That is fragile. Okay? That is being very fragile. And that is fragility wearing the costume of stability. And to be honest with you, if not you, if you don't feel you deserve, if you have a family, they deserve best. What we all actually need to be doing, this is not a you thing, this is a we thing. And I'm practicing what I preach. We need to be building wealth. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. There isn't one. You got to stop saving for something that keeps getting more expensive. Here is the actual blueprint, not theory, not motivation, the exact infrastructure of wealth. You got to have multiple income streams. There's no way around it. The Bible itself tells you that you should at least have 7 streams minimum and 8 comfortably. Anything after 8 is abundance. But 7 to 8 income streams you are told to invest in because you do not know what disaster may come up on the earth. In order for you to avoid disaster, you got to have multiple streams of income. That is a biblical principle as well as a physical principle. No single income stream is enough. If your one income barely paying your mortgage or your rent, then what about your lights, your food, your phone? What about all the other stuff, your insurance, your car payment? If your income is barely paying your rent or your mortgage, then you walk in a very dangerous line. It's a slippery, you tightrope walking with your life. And nobody taught us this. This is why you have a lot of people homeless. They did not prepare. They did not have multiple income streams. You got to have income that is active, passive, and digital. Since everything is going digital, you got to have a digital income stream working simultaneously. You got to. You got to have passive income streams working simultaneously. Some real estate, a business that's already, bringing in revenue every single month. You buy a business that's already been in business. You need active income that is working for you when you are not there to work. You got to have skills. Okay. I know AI is all this and all that in a bag of chips right now, but let me tell y'all something too. You got to have a skill outside of AI. You got to have a skill outside of AI. Fixing cars, changing tires, something that solves a problem for somebody. You got to have a physical skill, how to build, okay? How to build homes, how to plumber, how to do roofing, how to lay brick, how to lay, what do you call it, sheetrock. You got to have a skill outside of AI. You got to. And you should have a skill that does not require AI to be replaced by. There are only a handful of roles that AI cannot replace. One is human interaction. Anything in the counsel, the consulting, anything in that space, AI can't reduplicate that at all. But you got to have a skill. You got to have skill sets. I say skill pay the bills, and that's real. Before there was AI, Our cousins went over there to Egypt and built all those pyramids. That was a skill. People that know how to lay pavement, that's a skill. People that know how to build houses, that is a skill. It solves a problem for somebody. Okay? So you got to have a high income skill, not just any skill, but a high income one. That if the dollar was to crash, I got this one skill I can rely on to make me enough to feed my family every single day. Okay. But in the digital space, digital marketing is a bomb. I'm telling you right now, you can make you some revenue like never before in the digital marketing space right now without zero experience, using only AI tools. You can position yourself so good to run. Hey, let me create your graphics for you. You ain't got to have a lick of designing capabilities. Hey, let me run your social media for you. Let me get some followers for you. You ain't got to have a lick of experience in social media marketing. You just got to come learn. Let me learn what tools to do. Let me learn how to go over here and prompt it and ask me for exactly what I want. And once I learn how to do it once, now I can use that same chatbot for all other customers, all of it. And businesses pay well. They pay well because they don't want to run out of business. Okay? They pay real well. Digital marketers, AI consultants, people that know how to create apps and websites with no code. I showed y'all that OpenAI and Sam Altman, OpenAI and Netflix, excuse me, Sam Altman is the owner of OpenAI. But Netflix and Sam Altman is paying $775,000 every year for somebody to work without having any code, without having to work AI without having any type of coding skills. This is the new wave to become a millionaire. Let me pull it up so that you don't just take what I say. No, take what they say. All right. Let me stop the share over there and show y'all on my screen real quick. Okay. Tech's hottest job, storytelling and tech pays $775,000. The hottest jobs in tech, AOL.com, $775,000, and has nothing to do with coding. Okay? Says AI will push companies to focus less on software. $775,000 a year. Okay? These top companies are spending $100 billion plus to build AI. Okay? AI has communication roles above $400,000. I literally showed y'all how to build an AI agent, and they're looking to pay $400,000 to build an AI agent that has communication roles above $400,000. This is the new way to become a millionaire. Literally, one of them. This is a new way to become a millionaire. If you know how to do stocks and trades and you good with that, you can become a millionaire in just a few days. Okay? When this new federal chair take position and reset this economy, you can become a millionaire like oversleep type of millionaire. Oversleep, wake up, boom, you're a millionaire. If you know how to go that route. But this right here, why would you ever go work for a job, or why would you ever wait on a paycheck that ain't paying you like this? If I ain't got to have no experience, if I ain't got to have no coding, if all I need to do is be an AI consultant, I can show you how to use AI like I always do. You gonna pay me $775,000 every single year to do that? Okay, bet. Okay. Because let me show y'all this. This is all mainstream news, not just me. AI engineers making more than celebrities. Okay. Meet the AI superstars who are making more than NBA stars. Mark Zuckerberg has compiled a secret roster, the list of top AI engineers and scientists, offering them $100 million plus packages. Top AI engineers and researchers are commanding compensation packages exceeding 100 million and 250 million, often outpacing professional athletes and entertainers due to an intense talent war among tech giants. Companies like Meta, OpenAI, and Google are offering massive salary cap free deals to secure specialists in superintelligence, with salaries for top roles reaching $1 to $2 million in total compensation, occasionally surpassing 200 million over 4 years. There's a 17-year-old got a contract. This right here is my sister. She signed a multi-million-dollar contract. This is one who overslept and woke up as a millionaire. Literally. Okay. Zonaya Monet. She made billboards and she is artificial. She is an AI music artist. She is artificial and then made billboard. She signed a multi-million-dollar contract to produce AI music. One business offered her $3 million. The other one offered her $1.5 million. Okay. Zanaya Monet, we are in the same mentorship. She's the one who taught me how to do like grief. People who have lost their parents and children, how to do memorials. That's what it's called, grief memorials and things like that. She's the one who taught me how to do that. I'm in her mentorship. We're in another mentorship where I'm teaching them how to start communities. No, what you got, you get paid monthly residually. Now everybody's eating all kind of ways. She has a community. She's still regular smuggler, but her AI artist has made her so much money. She actually overslept and became a millionaire when she put her song out on TikTok and it went viral. More viral than people on Spotify. Big time artists. It was a whole war because you had artists like, why is AI coming over here? And that ain't fair. And whoop-de-whoop, she got paid. Before you know it, it took off so fast, it was like, yeah, we got to get a deal. We got to get a deal. Back to the presentation, I just wanted to share that with you guys because you're really missing out on a lot. You're really missing out on everything that you have been asking and praying for and wanting, everything your grandmamas and them asked and prayed for. It's on you, beloved. Okay? What you actually need to build wealth. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop saving for something that keeps getting more expensive. I want to touch on this real quick too. This saving and trusting these demons, these platforms, with your savings is dangerous and it's very reckless as well. If God has blessed you and you got money, it should be diversified. Because you can have a lot of money and be foolish and lose it all. Especially if they decide, we're not going to give you that money back. Or if they decide, our bank is going bankrupt and sorry, we needed to use your money to pay the bills. They won't even give you the decency to say that. If there's some type of cyber attack, how you going to access your money sitting in the bank? if the dollar crashes tomorrow, you'll have nothing but paper that has no value at all because you decided to save it. Not realizing that God gave it to you for such a time as that, so that you can be a savior, not the savior, but a savior to whoever God has put in your path, because he blessed you with it to have it, not to save it. He blessed you with it to build, to invest it, to grow it, to multiply it, so that whoever he got for you, that is assigned for you to be saved by your obedience, to say, yes, you gave it to me. You can use it at your command. Whatever you want me to do, I will do it. Whatever I got to learn, I will learn it. Wherever I got to go, I will go. Whatever I got to say, I will say. Wherever I got to sit, I will sit. If I got to stay up longer, I'll do that. This is yours. I did not come into this world with nothing, and neither am I going to leave with anything. So you didn't just give this to me for me. You gave this to me for seed, to fulfill an assignment that you called me to fulfill. And ain't that crazy? That what God bless you with, you would save and allow the wicked to control it and to dictate and to manipulate and eventually take it. Okay? Go read the Frank Dodd Act. They will tell you, if you go in and ask, let me show y'all something. No. We're going to get off the script. Let me show y'all something, because if you think that what you're doing is smart, it's not. If you think saving, no, they gave you some money, you better use it. You better leverage it. They give you some credit, you better leverage it. You better use it to make more. Okay? Let me show y'all something. Let me go directly to the article. Hold on. I gotta make sure I put the right keywords in there. I just shared it like about maybe 2 weeks ago. Hold on. It's a bank they just had to regulate. Federal said that they wouldn't go in and bail it out, so they had to use the employees' money to cover, because all these withdrawals, the customers came in and made so many withdrawals. And with AI, you got to type in the right keyword, or it would just start guessing stuff. They want to tell me that um, I'm gonna find it for y'all. I'm gonna find it for y'all. I actually have the article up in my email. I shared it with y'all a couple of weeks ago. AI wants to pull up bank employee admits to taking more than 100,000. That's not what I'm looking for. It's a bank that just had to use its employees' monies to cover the month withdrawals because the customers were coming in requesting too much of their money at one time, and they did not have enough to cover these withdrawals being made. Okay, they wasn't coming depositing; they was taking their money out of large sums, and the banks don't hold our monies in the bank. That's why you go ask for 20,000. They might tell you, well, we have to get an approval from the upper up. No, they got to go get the money. They got to go locate the money. Matter of fact, let me show y'all this. For every dollar for every $100 in the bank, they only have to have $1. All right. It's called fractional reserve banking. That's what it's called. And I want y'all to go look that up. Fractional reserve banking. Okay? Let me show y'all what's happening with this banking system because people swear. People swear. And this stuff is all available for us to go research and learn. Fractional reserve banking is a system. I keep saying systems for a reason. You're going to either create a system and be a dominator, or you're going to be dominated by a system. And everything that pertains to our life is a system that we have been being dominated by. Fractional reserve banking is a system where banks only have to hold a small fraction of customer deposits in reserve to meet what? Withdrawals, and lend out the remainder to generate profit. This process expands the money supply by creating loans, fueling economic growth, but also increasing banking system fragility. As of March 2020, the U.S. Federal Reserve reduced reserve requirements to 0. It used to be for every 100, it had to be at least $1.05 that you had. So if I go put $100 in the bank, they at least had to have $1.05 of that 100. Every 100. Before I can be like, oh, you stole my money. You don't know. No. Now they say they don't have to have any of it in the bank as of 2020. They used to have at least $1 for every 100. If I had 500 in the bank, they better at least have at least $5 to give me if I want to come withdraw. You see it on the screen. Nothing that I tell you has not been fact-checked and verified. Nothing that I tell you is not some deep, dark mystery. It's there. So while we thinking we saving, we being pimped. Okay? We are being taken advantage of. That's why you can't go into the bank and withdraw all of your money. They will raise ruckus. Why? Because they don't have it. We didn't see celebrities go in there and say they can't even withdraw $20,000 or $50,000 out of certain banks. They will give you hell about your own money. Hell, literally. And meanwhile, they only needed to have a little bit in the bank, and then the rest they can lend out the remainder to generate a profit for who? For you. It's your money. Who they generating a profit for? They only got to have a fraction of your money in the bank, and then they take the rest and lend out the remainder so that they can generate them a profit. Okay, well, what kind of profit are we talking about? Banks use insurance. Same type of insurance I told y'all. Come on over here in this mentorship. Let me show you how to become your own bank. Look what the banks do that you don't. Let me just type that in. Okay? This is the type of insurance policies banks use. Banks use insurance policies, particularly move out the way, particularly bank-owned life insurance. Why would a bank be using life insurance to get rich? And why you not? Why would a bank be using your money to go invest in life insurance policies to make them more money? I bet y'all didn't know that. Bet y'all didn't know that. Banks use insurance policies. What kind? Banking policy? A bank insurance policy? No. It's a bank-owned life insurance. Check that out. Banks use insurance policies. Bank-owned life insurance policies to offset the rising costs of employee benefits, boost non-interest income, and manage financial risk. These tax advantage, it's all tax-free. Okay, policies, tax deferred growth, tax free, death benefits. They use bank owned life insurance policies to protect banks against the loss of key employees, improve their balance sheets, and serve as safe and high yielding investments. But you won't go use a life insurance policy to play the same type of game. Back to my presentation. I ain't going to be long because I'm going to go over some receipts. Okay? And explain to you, because that's the whole purpose, but we laying the foundation. Y'all know how we do it over here, straight up. Okay? Here is the actual blueprint, not theory, not motivation, the exact infrastructure of wealth. Number one, you need multiple streams of income. Number two, you need skills that will pay you. High income sales, digital marketing sales, AI tools, logistics, transportation, create leverage that a traditional job never can. You also need access to credit and funding. Business credit and access to capital lets you move faster than your personal savings ever would. Real assets, you're going to need some land property, digital assets, and equity. Things that hold value and grow while you sleep. And then you're going to need a real plan, not a vague goal, a structured, executable roadmap with timelines, milestones, and accountability built in it. Let me fly through this real quick. This is what I've been teaching for years, and you can't say I have not. Build you an income, create revenue streams that don't require you to trade all your time for some money. Build you a system that will automate it, delegate it, and structure so your income flows even when you're not actively working. Build ownership. Stop renting your life. Own you some assets. That's the only way you're going to make it. You got to own you some equity. You got to own the infrastructure that generates wealth and build you some legacy while you're doing it. When you create something that your children inherit, not debt, not dependency, but real generational wealth, well done, thy good and faithful servant. But most people don't move. On this slide, that changes, at least for those that are serious. So let me break it down one last time. This is everything I'm offering. Every path, every price point, every level laid out completely and transparently one final time. After this, I'm not explaining it publicly again. This is it. I'm explaining it now, so there's no need to come back and spin the block. What follows is the complete menu. You can choose your level, you can choose your pace, but you got to choose something. There's 4 ways that you can actually work with me. Okay? Do it yourself. So this is what the mother was asking. What is the difference between do it yourself? This is a self-paced learning tool or learning course where you can sit down. This is for those who I could read it. I might have to read it a couple of times before I get it. But once I get it, I can put it together by myself. I just need access to the information. That is a DIY. Do it yourself. It's already been done. Give you the steps, give you the framework, how to connect this, how to do this. That's my teaching style. My teaching style is never to come and explain to you on some type of presentation and then you got to go figure out the mechanics. No, I show you, go to this, put this in. Here's the prompt for that. Okay. And then go over here. This is how you do this. You press that button right here. And then you press this button and you see that's what you got. Then we move to the next step by step. So all of the hard, heavy lifting has been done. But you can do it at a self-pace. There's no time frame when it got to be completed. You got the information. You do it at your own time frame. Let me tell you something. These are low ticket offers that I offer. When you do it yourself, I've already done it, right? I'm still getting paid off of what I've done once. Catch that with 2 hands. I'm still getting paid off of what I created, what I recorded one time. But you do not get live instructions, live coaching. I've already did it from start to finish, and I've given you exactly how to do it. And now all you got to do is either watch alongside the video and do it while you're watching alongside the video, read it and do it while you're reading step by step, and you can do it. You have that mindset and you have that frame of mind to do it, then you absolutely can do it. These are low ticket offers, and I got to be transparent with you, okay? When you're trying to get the attention of somebody, I don't care if it's Chris Brown, I don't care if it's the president, doesn't matter. When you're trying to be seen, when you're trying to be up close and personal, it's a different price point for that. If you go in a club and you want to get a booth and pop bottles, you're not paying general admission. General admission could be $35 before a certain time, and then after a certain time, the price goes up. Not down because you didn't miss half the time, but after a certain time, the price goes up. Now, if you want to get a booth and you want to get bottles and you want to be right up and close to the person performing, that's going to run you $2,500 plus gratuity. 2 different price points because you're not paying for information. You're paying for proximity. Not only are you paying for proximity, I come to have an experience. I'm not going to get the experience I want in general seating. I'm going to get general treatment and general seating. I'm just going to be in the room. But if I want to touch the person, if I want to take pictures and get the visual that'll go viral, up close and personal, if I want you to see the meat in between their teeth, I'm going to pay to get proximity. I might even get a meet and greet afterwards because I paid. And most people, when you come to see them, you're doing VIP, all out of it. Those are the people they come up to. We see it all too often, okay? When celebs and all of this stuff, the people that pay to be present when they get off the plane, when they step on the red carpet, they wanted proximity. Hey, can I get a picture with you? Hey, would you mind coming on my podcast, do an interview with me? Something life-changing. So a do-it-yourself is a low-ticket product. But after you get done doing that, you're going to have to go and pay to find out what's next. That's the truth. Cheap come with limitations and so do free. You can't be expecting no Maserati and you pay for a Pinto. You can't. Here's the information, go do it. Well, what do I do now? Can I hit you up if I need some questions? No. You could have got in the mentorship and you could have got your questions answered. You don't get your questions answered from the general. You get your questions answered from the booth. It's the same thing. So hopefully that clears up what is a do-it-yourself. You get the product delivered to you, and then you go figure it out yourself. You have the framework, you have the blueprint, tell you exactly, show you how to put it together, and then you go do it yourself. Okay? And for those who don't have the time to do it themselves, they have a done for you. DFY is a done for you, meaning you ain't got to do the heavy lifting. We'll build it for you, create it for you, do the paperwork for you, register it for you, fill it for you. I will do the heavy lifting and put it together. And then you will just maintain it. And I will teach you how to maintain it once it's built and put together. Hello, somebody. Okay? Something happened down the line. You break the car breaks down. You come back to me. Can you fix my car? No, I put it together from the get-go. And then I showed you how to maintain it. Now you have to take it to a mechanic that works on fixing it. Okay? You have to learn how to maintain it. But you can't bring it back to the person, the manufacturer who created it, and ask them to fix it. Even because their job is to create it. Hello, somebody. So the done for you is a heavy lifting. Let me go register it for you. Let me get you this money. Let me go do the funding for you. Let me get your credit together. Let me build out the business for you. Let me build out the community for you. I will build it out for you. Okay. And then I will coach you, okay, on how to maintain it. Not how to build it, how to maintain what's being built so that your money keeps flowing. How to check your analytics. If that's too much for you, how to hire you a virtual assistant for $5 an hour that you'll probably only need about 2 to 3 hours per month. So about $15 to $20 out of the pocket, and they can run this whole thing for you. Okay. So that is a done for you. Is for those who don't want to learn a new skill, who don't want to have anything to do with AI or registering. They want the benefits, but they don't want to have to put in the work. Okay. That's the best way I could sum it up. I don't want to do the hard labor. I just want to read. So I will invest so that I can reap later. You build it. I'm going to leverage your time to do it. I'm going to leverage your talent. I'm going to leverage your expertise to do it. Okay. These are called turnkey systems. If I go build you a non-CDL transportation business and I hire the driver and I get the fleet and I got somebody booking your loads, your only job is to collect. That's what you paid me for. You paid for me to put it together. And then I'll tell you, this is how you maintain it. This is how much money you should be getting every week. Okay? This is how you maintain communication with your dispatcher. This is how you maintain communication with your driver. Okay? But you will never know how to go back and rinse, wash, and repeat the process because you didn't learn. You had somebody do it for you. So that is the difference of do it for you and do it yourself. Do it yourself, you go do it by yourself. Done for you is done for you, and you learn how to maintain it. And then done with you, okay, is a mentorship, a DWY. Done with you is a mentorship. I'm going to teach it, so education is going to be on me. And you're going to implement what I'm teaching. And we're going to meet every single day, every single month, every single week, bi-weekly, every 2 weeks out the month. So you know exactly what to do and you're executing while I'm teaching you. I'm holding your hand through the process. You building it, but I'm building it with you. Questions need to be asked. You stuck somewhere, you having an issue, we can get through it together. We can get around it together. You have that support. You have the community, so you don't make no mistakes, so that it is done right by somebody who has done it before and continuing to do it. That is the difference between a do-it-yourself, go do it yourself, a done for you, I'm going to do it for you, you maintain, or a done with you. Okay? We're going to do it together. That is the difference. Okay. Low convenience is a do-it-yourself, self-paced course. Do-it-yourself, self-paced video, instructional video. Okay. Low control is mentorships and masterminds, any type of program, because now you're talking about a framework. A mentorship is let me do it with you. Okay. But a program is it's already been done and you follow this path. This is how I got to $1 million. This is how you gonna get to $1 million. This is how I got my husband's business to almost $1 million. This is how you gonna get your. I've already went ahead, so I know what to do. That's the difference between a program, okay, and a mentorship. Just so that we clear. A program is if I went through domestic violence and I made it out, I'm gonna put together, take my pain, and I'm gonna put it into a program. I'm going to put it into a path, a framework for somebody else going through DV to come out. How I went about doing it. How I had to sneak and go get me a place over here quietly. How not to engage with them when they already riled up. How to stay safe. How to stay sane. How to have a backup plan. I had to have people out of town. So now I give you a framework that you can follow. That's the difference between the four. Okay? Do it yourself. Done for you. Done with you. Program, framework, blueprint. Go do it. Okay? It took me a year. Won't take you nothing but a month because I put the program together. So I just explained this. Okay, I have money lists, vendors lists, medical couriers, digital products, resources, the wealth bundle, 7,500 done for you, digital products. All you got to do is take them and go do it yourself. This is for you if you are very resourceful. You can follow instructions. You are willing to put in the work without someone standing over you. You just needed someone to point you in the right direction. This does that. The honest truth is low cost, highly disciplined though. Okay, you got to go execute it. If you buy this and do nothing with it, that's on you. The information is proven, but the execution is on you. Do it yourself. Same thing that I just said, just showing you visually for my visual learners. Done for you. You don't have time to figure it all out. You're not interested in building from scratch. You want to plug into something that already works. And you want to start generating results without all the trial and error phase. So I have a community build for you where you get residual income. You have to have passive income coming in. A community will be great for you to have passive income coming in. Systems that are already done. Hey, I already built you an app. I built you a website to collect payments for people to just come check out your website where you have no involvement in it, buy what they see on your website, and then, hey, you receive the payment in your bank account. That's called a system, okay? Customers inside. You're not hunting for people that like you or hunting for people that want to be enjoying with you and hunting for people that want to buy your stuff. Nah, they're already there because I built this for you. I brought the right people for the right mission, for the right products to gather inside of this community. And this thing is already ready to be monetized. So you make money on the front end by getting them in the community. Hey, join my freedom funding family community. I'm going to show you everything about getting free financially. Okay. It's $33 a month for you to be in here. I'm going to give you access to, funding secrets, funding hacks, credit hacks, educational, opportunities, connections, etc. Everybody that's in this group for $33 a month. And then I'm going to set up a system, okay, that will post content and say, hey, how you guys doing today? Hey, what are some things you would like to learn? Hey, what are you working on today? Hey, here's a new play with Chase Bank. This is all you need to do. Whoop-de-whoop, okay? I have a system that will actually email everybody that joins my community. I don't have to do it anymore. Just say, hey, send out an email to everybody in the community. Hey, make a post for me for everybody in the community to respond to. And then I fill this community with customers on the inside. that already want exactly what this community is built around. And then once I get them inside of the community, I can say, hey, for those that are ready to go up, those that are ready to go higher, further, here's another opportunity that I have, and this is the price point. And you don't have to beg and say, hey, please come see my stuff. For those that is for, they'd be like, I want that. And for those that is not, they'd be like, I got this over here, but I'm working my way towards that. Or I don't need that right now. I'm cool over here. But it's always ready to monetize, and it's always ready for an upsell. Okay? The done for you community. You see what else is up here? Okay, mentorships. For those who want more than information, you want somebody in your corner, someone who has done it, who can see where you're going wrong, and who will push you to execute at the level that you're capable of. I have these mentorships, AI and AI automation and systems. I have the government contracts, where all you got to do is learn how to be structured on paper the right way, and you can become a millionaire literally in a month. Okay, government contracts pay very, very, very well. All you need is the right structure, and you ain't got to have no past performances. You ain't got to have no knowledge of government contracting. You ain't even got to be registered federally to win you a government contract. All you need is a proper structure. Because this is business on another level. You're doing business with Fortune 500 type companies. You can't come all raggedy like, yeah, I'll take payments on this app. And yeah, I want you to go check out my email at tawana@yahoo.com. No, everything needs to be professional like a business. So you got to get structured. And once you structure, then you got bankroll. They got big money, big, 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 big money. I can't even tell you how much money that you can get from a government contract, and how most of these businesses and corporations have become billion-dollar corporations and businesses right from the government. Okay, transportation, we just talked about that. How you can start a transportation business with just one fleet. You can rent it. You don't ever have to drive. You can have a driver driving. This thing is generating you $20,000 a month. You are passively making $8,000 to $9,000 a month after paying your driver and expenses. You can take that and go get another truck or another car or another Sprinter van or another bus. It doesn't matter. You can now up your transportation game. So that one truck or that one van or whatever was bringing you $8,000 to $9,000 passively. Now, okay, you got 17,000 to 18,000 passively. Go get a third truck. Okay, now you got $27,000 to $28,000 every single month passively, just from learning strategy and logistics. And I just told y'all that they're giving $1 million away tomorrow for people in the transportation space. Family of millionaires, you want to learn how to go get a bag fast, right? You want to learn how to repair your credit, how to get your credit together yourself. Stop putting that burden on somebody else and expecting them to care more about your credit than you do. You learn how to do it. You learn all the ins and outs, and it ain't hard. Okay? AI is doing it for you. Literally, it's not hard at all. Take 5 minutes to get you some dispute letters. Send them out. Wait on them to return it in the mail. See your results, and then go after funding. Okay? Literally, doesn't take long at all. The longest part is on them, not on you. So we have the family of millionaires, where we will show you not only how to clean credit. It's not for yours. If your credit is good, great. But we will show you how to clean your credit up legally, ethically, how to sue them if they don't obey you, the whole 9 yards. The reason why we show you how to do that is because now you can go help somebody else. Hey, I can get your credit together. Okay, this is all I need you to do, A, B, C, and then I'll have it back to you by the end of the day. And then you go ahead and put that in the mail. We wait on the results, and then we're going to go after funding, because I also teach you how to go after funding. $250,000 to be exact in funding. Okay, you do $250,000 for yourself first, because now you got receipts and you got the framework. And now you can go help them people that you get their credit together, or you teach them how to get their credit together. Now they're ready for funding. So you have a forever customer. We're going to get your credit together, and then we're going to get you funded. Okay, you can build your community on that. But I show you inside a family of millionaires how to go after a $250,000 bag and then turn around and help others. Because as long as you help other people find money, you will never have a money problem. That is a solution that everybody and their mama, even little children, I want more money. Can I have more? Everybody needs more money, especially in 2026. People is struggling. They can't go to no more payday loans. They can't go to no more none of that. People are struggling. They need money every day. That is a business that is in business all hours of the night, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You cannot not have any clients when you selling money, pretty much, because that's what you're doing. Okay. So in the family of millionaires, I'll show you how to do all of the above, how to set up your systems, how to set up, your software, how to actually get your clients, how to let AI do that, whole 9 yards, how to become a 7-figure funding machine in the family of millionaires. We also have land banking. Okay. This is a real power move right here to go get you some land. Now you're in a very powerful position to where you control the land, you control the assets if you want to hold it and let it grow. This is not like a 401k. It's going to grow whether America is doing good or not. It's land. It's a finite resource. They don't make more of it. They can't go out and say, hey, let's go make some more land. No, that's why it's very valuable. And I teach you how to buy land in the path of growth so that you buy the land for $300 and we know that somebody is coming in 6 months to build this big old movie theater or this big old Target or Walmart or whatever the case may be. And now you can up the price, for the right price. And you are in a very powerful position to call the shots, pretty much, basically. Or you can build on a land. You can actually do seller financing and help people start building their own houses on land without going the traditional route using the bank and credit. You can also let people, lease out your land while you sitting there letting it grow because it appreciates every single day, every single week, every single hour, every single year. It's appreciating. So while I'm just letting it sit there, waiting for that $1 million opportunity to come by and buy my $300 piece of dirt, $300 piece of dirt for $1 million, I'm gonna let you lease it. Put a billboard on it. Hey, you want to have a parking lot here for big rigs? Do that. Who cares? Y'all want to park your RVs here? Do that. It doesn't matter. Okay. I am going to actually leverage it by leasing it while I'm holding it and waiting on myself to get absolutely rich cash out for my family. Okay. We got books and stages. These are all the mentorships that I have come by here and offered you all. Okay. I got 12 months to $1 million, which I'll talk about that in just a moment. But this is where you get the full transformation. This is where you get long-term wealth building. You get so many streams. And like I mentioned, you should have 7 to 8 streams of income. That's a biblical principle. Here, you're going to have maybe 8 to 10 or more different streams of income. Because we're going to show you how to go ahead and be your own bank getting the IUL. Once you get all this money, you got to protect the money so that you live tax-free. You're going to get access to real estate deals that are, too good to believe. Okay. You're going to get access to rental properties, to land. You're going to get access to government contracts, how to go and actually start you or rent you a house or an apartment and go sell the services to the government for a transitional home, a recovery home, a pregnant woman's home, a DV, domestic violence home, anything that's non-medical. Okay. A group home, anything that's non-medical, you will be able to get the whole entire framework, how that creates a stream of income. Inside of this 12 months to $1 million, my guarantee is that you will make $1 million in 12 months or less. There are so many ways. The very, very first program I'm going to give you is how to make $1 million playing 4 ways at one time. Okay. It don't even take 2 to 3 months to get to $1 million. You just got to know how to play the game. Okay. So I'm just explaining exactly because the elder asked me, explain how these programs work and what they do, how they'll benefit me, so I know which path to take. Okay. So this is 12 months to a million. This is where you really get your bang for your biggest buck. You have 12 months with me mentoring you across and setting up different streams of income that literally work for you. So we implement one, we got that one working. Okay. We got the land over here working, and then we got the digital product over here working. Okay. We got passive income coming in from real estate. Okay. We got gold over here working in our favor, silver over here working in our favor. We got a community that's already built working in our favor, bringing us passive income. We're going after funding from different banks that will position us to be able to buy more property, more real estate, make more investments. We got the whole experience. We got the appetizer, the meal, and the dessert in 12 months to a million. Okay. Real accountability in here, real hand holding, real income, real systems, real assets inside the 12 months to a million program. Okay. Let me say this clearly. You don't need more information. You have heard enough. You have watched enough. You have researched enough. The gap between where you are and where you want to be is not an information gap. It is an action gap. And only one thing closes it. You already know what that thing is. You've known for a while. The question is not what do I do, but when will you actually do what you know to do? This live could be that moment. Okay. I've been showing up publicly for years. I said that. Posting, teaching, explaining, breaking it down in every format and from every angle. And I'm grateful to you, beautiful people who took action. But like I said, this chapter is closing. And mother, I came here for you because I told you I would explain everything, what it means, what the breakdowns, the opportunities. That is the only reason why I'm here. We already had this conversation on the last live. Okay. I've already did everything that I was supposed to do. The clarion call went out. I've done all of that. But because this one email, and I don't like to keep saying it because then people, and what I notice people do is try to go email me something very emotional. And I am not an emotional person. Do I have emotions? Yes, but I'm not an emotional person. However, having a senior, an elder ask you for help, and could you help me understand which path I could take? That is the reason why I'm here. Okay. That is the reason why I'm here. So just say that. The complete blueprint for building income was publicly given. The exact systems for scaling to freedom has been publicly given. Warnings about what happened if you don't move has been publicly given. Proof through results from real people who did the work, we call them receipts, have been publicly displayed. What's changing now? I have taught enough publicly. The blueprint has been given. The warnings have been issued. The results speak for themselves. Now I'm moving to a different level, more intimate, more private, one that is not accessible from a public feed. Those who are serious will follow. Here's your invitation to do so. Those who aren't will watch from the outside. Hold on one second. I hate when this thing decides to get stuck at the last minute. Come on. There we go. Okay, so after this live, everything changes. You just go right back to where we was the other day. Prices do go up. I do have links, okay, for the updated prices that I have changed all my prices over to. I do have updated links. So it doesn't mean that you will never ever get access, to any opportunity. If it's not your time, it's not your time. But you will pay for the access at whatever time. And it will not be, hey, Dr. T, could you give me? No, it will not be the homie discount or the cousin hookup. It won't be that, okay? Every offer that you see or hear about on this live is priced at its lowest discounted point on this live. When the session ends, the discounts end with it permanently. Then the access changes to more private, okay? Rooms will be invitation only and who I want to have in them. Some programs will go off the market entirely. You will never ever have access to those. Okay. My direction is changing. I've explained that. I'm moving into new phases, private, elevated, and reserved for those who have already committed. The public chapter is ending. I go private, and what happens after this live is not something I will be broadcasting publicly. I'm not going to be broadcasting publicly what we built. You may see photos and videos, here and there after it has been built, but not while we're building. Okay. This is your moment to get in before the door closes, beloveds. Okay, what's next is not for everybody. I understand that. I respect that. The next level of what I'm building is not something you will see again on a public timeline. It's going to be promoted. It's not going to be promoted. No, it's not going to be explained in a free live session. It is being structured specifically for those who have already proven that they are serious. Private, structured, faster, strategic. Okay, that's the framework. Private, structured, faster, strategic. This is the last discounted access. Once the session ends, deals in, access shift, and opportunity changes. Timing matters always. It always has and it always will. Clock is running out right now. Okay? When I end this live, and that is the end of these opportunities. This is the final truth. You've heard enough. The knowledge is there. The path is clear. Options are laid out right in front of you. From the lowest entry point, I'm about to go over some opportunities in case you missed them, to the highest level of transformation available at a discounted rate. Everything has been said that needed to be said. If you don't move after this, that's personal. It's not on Dr. T. I don't feel no sorry, God. I don't feel that. It's personal. It's not a failure of information that is lacking, not a lack of opportunity, because God has created the opportunity for you. It's a choice. So make sure you're choosing what you actually want and stand on that. Okay? Because your life will always honor whatever decision you make. Whatever decision you make. Okay? And I respect you enough to do so. I honestly do. All right. Before I go over some of these receipts and all that, and just give me a moment to pull them up, I'm going to play just a little bit. Hold on. Okay, I think it is right. All right, while that's loading, let me stop the share over here. Thank you, beloved. I think it was right up in here. Hold on. Here we go.
Is to come. He is Alpha and Omega. He is the beginning and the end. He is the first and the last. And he is with you right in the middle. And if you're going to trust God, you cannot lean into your own understanding. You can't lean into what looks pretty, what looks perfect. You can't lean into what makes sense to the naked eye. You can't lean into what everybody's telling you to do. If the Father is leading you to go in a certain direction, into uncharted territories, to conquer in an area where you have never conquered before, the time is now to rise up and make it happen.
Moses had to believe something he had never seen. He had to walk and do something he had never seen anybody do. Moses had to become the man he had never had in his life. Moses had to trust God. in the face of gross adversity and turbulence, in the face of people that did not believe that he was the one that was to lead them into a promised land. Even if you are tired, even if you are weary, even when you don't completely believe, can you trust God? The Bible says in Exodus 14:21, and Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord caused the sea to go back by the strong east wind all the night and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. But God told him that he would do it. And with many of us, God tells you that breakthrough is coming and curses are about to be broken. The miraculous is going to be unleashed in your life, and he's going to speak to you before you see it. And you got to catch the word before you see the manifestation. You have to stand on the word of God before you see it. Stand on it before you see it. This is the beauty and the brilliance and the power of leaning not to your own understanding, but trusting the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God who was and is to come, the God that is already standing at the end. He's at the beginning, and he's with you right in the middle of the worst hour of your life. Can you trust God when they stop believing? Can you trust God when they stop cheering your name? Can you trust God when people don't see it, when people can't hear you, when people are complaining? Moses, he had to trust God. He had to stretch forth his hands. And I love that God told Moses to stretch forth his hands, because this is a sign of surrender. God, I trust you with everything that is within me. I trust you when people don't see it, when people don't agree with me, when people don't support me, when people don't hear me, when people don't understand the moves that you are making in my life. I would trust you. When my back is up against the wall, I would trust you. In murky, muddy waters, I would trust you. In deep, dark prisons, I would trust you. Father, I trust you. To trust God, it requires for you to be still. It requires for you to stop making all the moves. It requires for you to get out of your own head. If you're going to trust God, if you're going to believe that he is going to move on your behalf, if you're going to see a move of God such as never before, you have got to get out of your own understanding. Proverbs 3:5, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean into your own understanding. The problem with many of us, we keep trying to outthink God. You can't outthink God. You can't outtalk God. You can't outdo God. And so it would behoove us to lean not to our own understanding, but to trust the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to trust the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, to trust the God of Esther, and the God of Job, and the God of David, and the God of the Apostle Paul, to trust the God of all the men and the women in the Bible that have gone before you, that had to trust God when their back was up against the wall. They had to trust God in deep, dark prisons. They had to believe that God would show up when Moses was running for his life.
I'm going to stop it there. Okay, I wanted to share that because that is one of the most powerful messages that you could ever hear, cousins. Okay, one of the most powerful messages. It's going to require a change, and you're going to have to trust God. It's going to require a sacrifice, and you're going to have to trust God. It's going to require faith and obedience, and you're going to have to trust God. But he's already given you everything that you need, all the tools that you need to do something different than somebody in your family, in your generation, in your bloodline, in the history of it. Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to take the next 15 minutes. That's it. And I'm going to go over the opportunities. I've already spent a lot of time talking about them. So the low ticket, the do-it-yourselves. Okay. I actually have 7,500 done for you digital products. That is absolutely a digital product that you can absolutely take and make six figures from. It's already done for you. Literally, all you would have to do is put your name on it. It's already done for you. Planners, trackers, things that people actually have a need of. How to a budget tracker, a financial planner, okay, self care journal. It is full of digital products that you did not have to create. And I'm not just talking about no slop that's put together. I'm talking about 46-page journal. Okay. I'm talking about for pregnancies, for people with ADHD, for children, for financial, for mental health, mental care, self care, every niche you can think of. It is a done for you digital product in there that you can sell for a low ticket. They just keep that passive income coming in recurring. Okay. Passive income. You can set it up on automations, meaning you buy it from me from my website, it's delivered to you. Okay. I just put my website up with a post. Hey, I'm selling these beautiful journals, these beautiful trackers. If you have a hard time procrastinating, here's a tracker to help you stay on task. If you're a single mom and you forgetting yourself and how to take care of yourself, here's a journal and here's some motivational quotes for you to make sure that you are taking the time necessary out of every day, not every week or every month or every year, 5 years from now, every single day to have you a little bit of self-care. Okay, it goes a long way for the whole family. So it is fully done for you. It is a low ticket entry. $97 you can buy it from me and make you six figures from this 7,500. It's 7,500. It teaches you about social media marketing. It teaches you about using Instagram. Everything you need to know is already done for you 100%. $97, you can have that done for you digital product. The wealth bundle. Okay. Everything that pertains to credit, everything that pertains to funding, everything that pertains to marketing, everything that pertains to digital products, everything that pertains to real estate, to Airbnbs, to starting virtual call centers, to doing government contracts. Everything is in that bundle. Everything. It is a wealth bundle. And like I said in the beginning, wealth is not just having money. Wealth is having resources, assets, control, okay? Living tax free, freedom, time freedom, money freedom. It's a lot of things. And in that wealth bundle, it will give you, okay, the ability to generate wealth on your own term. It's a do it yourself. $97 for that. If you want the medical courier, how to use your vehicle to make you extra income. And I'm not talking about no Uber Eats money. I'm not talking about no DoorDash money. I'm talking about money, $97 to go 0.3 miles to drop off donuts. Hey, $150 to go pick up, a uniform for a lawyer and drop it off from the cleaners to the house. I'm talking about medical courier, picking up pillows and blankets and sheets from the hospital and taking it to the cleaners for $500. I'm talking about making you some real serious, life-changing money that you can actually leverage to outcost some of your expenses that is pulling on your one stream of income. And this is how this in the transportation space is becoming more prominent than transportation, CDLs, big rigs, box trucks, medical couriers. They have contracts for this. Okay, for medical couriers, hey, we will give you a contract for 6 months for $1,000 a week to make 2 drops. From the hospital to the cleaners, or from the cleaners back to the hospital. Okay, so you can get contracts as a medical courier. You can get that medical courier, the whole entire list. It's 100 and I believe 150. It's always updated. So the number will continuously change. It's updated with the best apps. It's updated with the best companies. It's updated with the best framework, how to get started in transportation, a whole bunch of stuff. Sprinter van, box truck. Okay. And you also get the blueprint on how to do you $2,000 a day, which apps is paying the most money, how to stack them and strategically do it. So you have the information. Okay. On how to make you $2,000 a day or how to make you $2,000 a week. The choice is yours. If you only got an hour a day, then you can go out and make you like $200 to $300 a day. If you only got an hour in your day, if you only got 5 hours in a day, okay? So you can either make 2K a day or you can make 2K a week. The Medical Courier app list and the 2000 a day or a week play comes together as a bundle for $97. I also have the land banking come learn to go buy you some land for the low. Okay, I can't say it no other way. It's cheap land. But if you buy land that's $372 right now and it's already valued at $2,500, you up. If you didn't do anything but held on to it, it's going to appreciate. You're buying it for 372. It's valued already at 2,500. Would mean you can sell it for $2,500 right now. And you only paid 372. There are land bank listings. This is not a list you can go to Google. This is not a list ChatGPT can put up together for you. This is a list of every land banker, which really is the government. Okay, every land banker in America, in Puerto Rico, even outside, like in the Virgin Islands, where you can go buy you some land for dirt cheap in the path of growth, and you can build on it, you can lease it, or you can just hold it and sit on it until the opportune time. It's in the path of growth. So we know that this land, people will start building development around it, and it will make you a lot of money in the long run. Right now, if you want to do it right now, or if you want to just hold it and sit on it and then cash out later on. Okay, so I got a whole entire 4-hour training on how to get access to the land, how to bid on it, how to win the bid on it. Okay, you also get the land banking list. So you get the steps, the framework. This is all do it yourself. Okay, you get everything that you need to look for, how to buy it, how to win the land. Once you get the land banking list and the workshop, you can start buying land as soon as right now. Okay, rat now, because the rat is fast. So you can get it really, really, really fast. It doesn't take long at all. You can take a little money out your work check, or you can go make a digital product, create you $300 a week, and buy you land every single week. Okay. And now you are diversifying your assets, and now you have an asset value based portfolio. That is $97 for the land banking list and the land banking workshop. Okay. I also have, cousins, if you know that you need to write a book and you've been wanting to write a book for a long time, you don't know how to write the book, you don't know where to get started with writing the book, then I have the book bots. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and give you access to how to write a best-selling book. All you do is use these bots. Okay. And these bots will write out your book, cover, introduction, meet, everything. Okay. In your style and in your tone. It will give you a bestseller book title. It'll even produce your cover image for your book, the meat of the book, and then your back cover, so that you can take it straight on over to Amazon KDP if that's where you want to go, or to Gumroad, however you want to sell independently or through a distribution. You know how to do all of that. Get your ISBN number. You can literally have a book written by next week this time, okay? And ready for sale on Amazon with the book bots, okay? It has the bestseller, the meat, the introduction, everything. You can literally write your book in a day. You can literally write your book in a weekend. You can literally have a book ready to sell. Your book, whether it's fictional or whether it is non-fictional, okay? Whether it is a memoir or whether it is something educational, a learning style guide, it doesn't matter. It could be written in a week. So that is for those who want to write a book, who want to write their book or a book, and you want to do it with speed. You can actually get opportunity to grab the book bots. They're chat GPTs. So all you do is go in. As soon as you click on it, say, hey, I want to write a book about Mary Had a Little Lamb. Okay. And then it's going to give you your titles. Everything about your book will be built out right before your very eyes. You just telling it exactly, answering the questions that's given to you. What's your name? Okay. How old are you? Is there any shout outs you want to give out in the book? Okay. All that type of good stuff. It'll go do the research and put it all together. All you literally have to do is save it, upload it on Amazon KDP, and now you are officially an author. I will give you the book bots for $97. Those are all my do-it-yourself mentorships that I am offering, I believe. Okay, I said the wealth bundle, everything that generates you some rapid revenue. So I have those things. I also have, I forgot about this one. I have the 24-hour sweep that'll sweep your TransUnion report only. And then I give you 6 banks to go get yourself funded on TransUnion only. They only use TransUnion because we only clean TransUnion. Okay. Sweep your credit profile clean within a week. You can have your credit swept. It's a 24-hour sweep. And then you can have the funding in the same entire week. So I will give you that. I will also give you the 4-day sweep, which works on all 3 bureaus. If you want to actually be able to go to Equifax and get funding, then turn around and go to banks that only go deal with Experian and get funding, then turn around and only go to banks that only use TransUnion and get funding, you are able to do that. And I give you the list of which banks you can go to for which bureaus, okay? And this 4-day sweep will clean up your credit on all 3 bureaus. So I give you the 24-hour sweep for TransUnion only. I give you the 3 credit bureau sweep. 4 days, your negative items, derogatory items, all of that will be removed within 4 days on all 3 bureaus. And then you get the funding, okay? Where to go to, how much they giving, and how to stack it. That's what it's called, a funding stacking. We're going to go Monday to 3 banks Equifax, Tuesday, 3 banks Experian, Wednesday, 3 banks TransUnion, and we're going to stack this funding so we get to a bigger bag, okay? You can get that for $97. So I got the credit and the funding. I got the wealth bundle. I have the land bank bundle. I also have the medical courier that's in the transportation space. And then I have the 7,500 done for you digital products. Those are all the 5 areas we talked about that will generate you wealth rapidly. Okay. Did you get the emails with those gems? I did. And guess what? I found them. But I did. I absolutely did. Thank you so very much. I responded and told you thank you for sending those. Moving into some done for yous. Okay. Real quick. I have a done for you community. Let me build your community. I've built me multiple communities. I've showed you guys all of the communities that I have built. I went crazy building them, not just on Facebook, not just on Facebook and Telegram, not just on Facebook, Telegram, but also I have built communities on the school platform, okay? I have communities everywhere, literally. And that's why you don't see me running ads and doing all this hooping and hollering about marketing, because I built it when I learned about the tribe and about the community and the power of having a community. So I will build your community. I will fill your community with quality people that buy what is being presented inside of that community, and then hand it over for you to either maintain it or you to outsource it to a virtual assistant, put you in contact with one or a few, and then they will go ahead and take over and manage what I build. You sit back and you collect, okay? I have the done for you. Now, all of those do-it-yourselves, all of those were offered at $97. There was 5. The medical courier, the land banking, the wealth bundle, the credit and funding, and the AI, 7,500 done for you digital products. All of those individually are $97, okay? But these are all individual opportunities that will generate you some rapid revenue. The done for yous, okay, you can actually have the done for you. The community, it takes about 3 weeks because we have to run ads to get the people inside of the community that need to be inside of the community. We have to build out the community, put in the products and the services and set all of that up. So that takes about 3 weeks to a month. Okay, so within 30 days, now by the following month, you got customers in there paying you every single month. You can make as much as you want to. I've showed you some making $3 million. Well, a guy was making $8 million every single month. And then you had a lady making $60,000 every single month. And then you had somebody else making $42,000. So you can make as much as you want to. The more we fill the community, the more you make. Okay. But one thing about it is for certain, and 2 things is for sure, that what you invest in the done for you community, you will make back in your first month. Okay. The done for yous is $997. The ones that I'm offering is $997. That is one of the ones that I'm offering. I also will do your funding. Okay. I will do your credit and do your funding for $997 for 3 months. Meaning I will erase, delete all of the negative items that should not be on your consumer report according to consumer law. Once we start deleting and erasing negative accounts, you have to boost your score back up by adding positive accounts. So we will then move to phase 2 of adding positive accounts. And in phase 3, we will go ahead and go after the biggest bag by doing funding stacking. Okay, the credit is right. We know exactly where to go to. We have banking reps that will get you approved for some very big money. We have banks that will give you some very big money. You just need your score to look a certain way. And it's not just based off your score, it's your profile. Okay, the things that we sweep off or we matter of fact, we dispute, that's the word I'm looking for. Those things are intentionally disputed because we know exactly what the bank is looking for to get you funded. So for 3 months, okay, we will manage and monitor your credit profile and get your score to where it needs to be so that we can go get you funding within the next 30 to 90 days. Because it literally only takes about that time frame for you to go get a very big bag you ain't never had. It takes 30 days for the bureaus to investigate, maybe 1 or 2 rounds of that. Go ahead and get your credit profile brought up, okay? We then took all the negative. Now we start adding positive with trade lines, hiding your debt to income ratio, etc. Builder's account, rent reporter's account. We go ahead and put that on there. So we give you the perfect profile to get funded. Okay. And I'm not talking about no little money. I'm talking about a lot of money. I'm talking about over $100,000 within the next 30 days to 90 days. That's done for you at $997. My husband and myself, okay, will for 2 people regularly, we're offering a discount for $14.97. Fully done for you, build out on a non-CDL transportation business. And we only want to build it for you so you can go after this $1 million guaranteed funding that they are giving away in the transportation space. Okay. Not only that, they have contracts. If you don't never do nothing with this business, you can use it for contracts, especially during hurricane, Florida and all of that. They get hurricanes in the summertime for whatever reason. June, July, August, hurricane season. If you ain't doing that but sit in your truck and waiting for somebody to say we need pallets of water, and they pay you $100,000 for that, you just made $100,000. I have clients, and I have a client who have other partners that is in this transportation space that don't move their truck no other time but during hurricane season, because what they make during that time is more than enough than they would make running their truck. And again, you do not have to touch your truck, sit your butt in your truck, or touch no fleet. We will fully build out your paperwork and position you to go get funding so that you can buy a fleet and you can hire people and expand your business. It is a fully done for you, built out transportation business, built out for you in 30 days or less. Imagine now from here to the next month, you can have something generating you $20,000 a month. That's just the driver aspect of it. Okay. The contract aspect of it is something totally different. You can also lease out your MCDOT number. That's another stream of income. Okay. You can actually hire a dispatching team. That's another stream of income. There is multiple ways to get paid in the transportation space. My husband is teaching something totally new where you start getting loads from the airports. You know, you will start being able to get loads from the bases. These are loads that pay very lucratively, $7,200, $6,300, $4,500. Okay. So he's now incorporating that into his mentorship. Once it's built, then you will be mentored how to maintain it so that you can have a successful six-figure transportation business working for you while you spend that time with your family, while you retire yourself early, while you travel the world, while you build and do whatever it is that you want to do. Okay, they ever come with a lockdown, you will be safe. That is an essential business to have. And not only will you be safe, you will be called on. Okay, we need you. Hey, we need you, so we ain't gonna lock you down. We need you, okay? And you in a better position to help other people by being in that position. So for two people, my husband will offer a fully built out for you $997, but his discounted price after those two people is $1497. But for the first two action takers, yep, I want to get mine's built. Position me to go get that $1,000,000 from the SBA that is guaranteed, that I showed all of y'all, that dropped at 11:59 midnight on today. Okay. At the end of the day at midnight, this is ready and people are ready. I'm trying to get my peoples in position. I don't care if you don't do nothing else with it, but just position to go get this money. It will help you and you will be able to get it rapidly. Okay. So for two people, $997. After the two, if you decide, hey, Dr. T, I want to get in on that opportunity as well, it will be $1497. But in the first week of that bad boy being on the road, you will make that times 3 or times 4 in just 1 week. 3 to 4 times your investment in just the first week of having that bad boy up and running. Okay. So those are it on the done for yous. And I do have the mentorships. Each mentorship that I'm going to mention is $997. That's what I offered it to you for. And that is in government contracting. It just solely focuses on government contracts. How to go get government contracts for bread, for rice, for noodles, for everything. For back to school, for the universities, for everything. For the police department, the city and recreation, everywhere. Comptroller, everybody in your state, in your city, your local municipality, everywhere we go for the contracts, okay? Workforce, we're putting together after school programs or summer programs for children that AI is building. I'm going to show you how to get to $1 million bag real fast in government contracts. You are guaranteed to receive or win a bid, a contract. I go after non-purchase orders. Non-bid opportunities and purchase orders. So there is no bidding in between those two. So we go after that. That's called low-hanging fruit. So you can get that experience. And then we go after 8As so you can become an empire in your community. Okay. Also AI automations and systems. You learn how to build websites. You learn how to build apps. You learn how, these are all digital assets that you can sell. Everything that I'm mentioning is assets that you ought to be selling. You also get certified as an AI consultant, which makes the cost of working with you go up by leaps and bounds, honestly. Okay, not just websites, viral videos, viral stories, podcasting, YouTube channels, faceless theme pages, you name it, we're gonna build it. Okay, and it's just getting started. We just getting started in this. When I say apps, when I say websites, when I say digital products, when I say curriculum, I'm telling you, this is what they're looking to pay $775,000 per year for people who could do this with no coding. I just showed y'all that not long ago. So the AI automations and systems, we're going to create it, we're going to automate it, and we're going to scale. Okay, we're going to reap the harvest. We created one time, we automated one time, and we reap forever, every day, consistently. This is where you start making $10,000 minimum without the certification, $25,000 minimum with the certification. The certification, you can actually be certified within 6 hours is the training. And then within 2 days after that, after you taking the test, you absolutely certified. Okay. So I have the AI automations and systems. I have the family of millionaires where I show you how to clean your credit. Okay. If your credit is messed up, how to structure it, how to properly build it, how to go after the big bag that you ain't never had. $250,000 is what you're going to get first. I give you the system and I give you the software, because if you solve somebody's money problem, which people need this every day. This is the best business niche to be in because people need money every day. During a pandemic, during a recession, during inflation, they need money. During the summertime, the wintertime, the spring, and the fall, they need money. When it's raining, when it's sunny, when it's windy, they need money, okay? So this is a business that keeps on businessing every single day, every single hour. It is a funding business, and you wonder why people become millionaires in credit and funding and they have absolutely no clue. It's because credit and funding go together hand in hand like a hand in a glove, literally. And people need it every single day. It is a fastest path to seven figures with no experience. So Family of Millionaires teach you the systems, the software, and how to set everything up, what to do, use AI to do all of the heavy lifting, okay? The marketing, the ads, all of that stuff to get your customers. You absolutely get access to customers on the front end, okay? I send you customers. Hey, here go you a customer. I have somebody right now looking for people to do the work. I can't do all the work. So that is the reason why I took 5. Okay, 12 showed up. 5. I said 5, but 12 showed up. But those 12 are well on their way to start funding other people. They themselves have been funded themselves first and foremost. Now they on their way, got their websites, got the whole 9 yards set up for them to be able to go help everyday people get funded, small business owners and regular schmegglers, okay? So you get funded first, $250,000 guaranteed, access to $250,000 guaranteed, system software, and now you have a seven-figure business to go and help other people get credit repair if that's what they need. And then after you get their credit together, because ChatGPT and Claude's gonna help you do that, then you just go ahead and you start boosting there. You get access to the trade line, plug, vendor, and all of that stuff, so you know how to boost it. Then the software and the systems that actually qualify the people for you while you sleep, and only let you work with the people that is qualified to get them funding. And then you charge 10%. You go get them $1 million in funding, 10% of that will be $100,000. You go get $50,000 in funding, 10% of that will be $5,000. You go get them $200,000 in funding, 10% of that will be $20,000. So now you in a very powerful position to make what you want to when you want to. Just 2 customers, okay? 2 people needing funding. And it's not if you get them funded, it's when you get them funded, okay? And now you have access to the system, software, banking reps, all of that to get these people funded. So it's not if I'm going to make money. You're absolutely going to make money. I make money all the time getting people funded, 1,000%. I done showed y'all the receipts, okay? How much people got. Jamal got $130,000 just a couple weeks ago, okay? How Julie got $100,000. I showed you receipts with their name and the amounts that they got approved for from car funding that they can actually liquidate. I show you how to take the money off of a credit card and liquidate it, okay? So you get access to all of that inside of the Family of Millionaires. Books, bestseller, and stages. You looking to get into books? You looking to get that authority? Looking to go bestseller? Start podcasts? Get on stages? Write books? I said books. First time. Create you communities, have you coaching programs, have you retreats. This is a 7-figure framework from just creating wealth from your words. It don't have to be a story that is your story. It could be somebody else's story, okay? It could be a made-up story, okay? It doesn't matter. Books sell. Hard copy sell. But now you can turn that book into an Audible, into a Kindle version. Now you have multiple streams from one book, okay? I'm going to show you. And you get access to your own television show through my partner with JD3 TV. And you get access to having your own mobile app. It comes with that. You cannot beat the Books, Bestseller, and Stages Mentorship. I also have that. And I think the land banking mentorship, okay? If you want to learn how to come play another different game, another different way, start your RV park, get you some mini homes, start you a 18-wheeler parking station, a EV charging station, put you some assets on your land, become the land banker that you're supposed to be. Land banking is because you become your own bank. You absolutely get access to raw land, farmland, residential land, commercial land, real estate. You get access to all of that at a very undervalued, under market price, and then you turn around and you sell that at a above market price. There's a lot of people looking for land. Land is being sold like it's dope. Real talk. Okay, people just don't know where to go buy this land at for the low. So I give you access to that. They have land all over. I give you access to tax lien houses that are valued at $330,000 right now. You can actually pick them up for 10,000. I show you where to go get the funding. Okay, to build the build on the land. DCSR loans, where you go get your apartment complex, only putting down 15%. $20,000, and they put down the rest. Now you got passive income cash flow. So the land banking mentorship, all of those are $997 individually, and all of those focus individually on those specific niches. Transportation was also up there, that mentorship, how to go from scratch to scale, how to build you out a transportation business, how to turn that into a coaching program, how to become a freight broker making seven figures, how to get into dispatching, how to sell trailer rentals, how to lease out your MCDOT, how to get a contract with Amazon Flex, how to get a contract with Whirlpool and Pepsi Cola, how to get go after a government contract for emergency disaster relief. It's just so many different ways to scale a non-CDL transportation business. My husband has that mentorship. And for the same price for two people that he is charging for the mentorship, you can have it fully done for you and you still get access to the mentorship. The mentorship for 6 months is $997. The done for you can actually be done for you. Okay, it takes about 30 days because you got to wait on the MCDOT people. But it takes about 30 days to be up and rolling from start to finish. And now you are already generating passive income when it's done for you. Okay, it's already straight to Augusta. You ain't got to learn what do I need to do first. No, it's already done for you. So that is another opportunity that you can take advantage of as far as the mentorships. Those are all individually priced and offered at a discounted price of $997. And like I said, you ain't finna find nobody that's finna teach you for no $1,000 for no 3 months or no 6 months. So you can grab it with both hands if you want to, friends. Those are done with you. Okay, we talked about the low ticket 97, do it yourself. Those are done for use. I talked about the community, the transportation build out. Those are done for use. And then the mentorships that I just went over, the AI automations, the book bestseller, the government contract, and land bank, non-CDL transportation, those are done with you. And the last one, but never least, is the program, 12 months to $1 million. Okay. I'm not looking for people specifically, and I want you to hear me clearly on this. I'm not looking for people specifically. I am a very introverted person. I don't like people in my space. But my life does not mean that I live it because I like something. I live it in obedience to the one who sent me. And he said, no, I need a government of men and women that is building. If they would trust me enough to come and learn the information, if they would trust me enough to come and build something, I will bless it beyond their greatest imagination. And I'm going to tell you something. This is not just about some mentorship or some program. This is about positioning, because the people that join this is going to be those. And he says this in the scripture. He that is faithful over little shall be made ruler over many. This is where you step into rulership, because now God trusts you with resources and money and access you would never even know about or have access to, except you come through that 12-month to $1 million mentorship, or you find somebody else charging you to come through their mentorship on this level. So there's Everything that I mentioned as a mentorship is included in here because this is where you're going to get 8 to 10 different revenue stream paths that you can take. Government contracts included, transportation's included, AI and automations is included, writing books is included. Whether you wanted to be a ghostwriter or write books for yourself, that's included. All of the stuff that I have mentioned is already included inside of the 12 months of the credit and funding. That's already included. Okay. We're going to do something so spectacular that we generate a lot of revenue together, and then we have to protect it. The insurance policies that the banks use, that's included. The establishment of the trust, that's off the rip. The funding, the banks, okay, that is off the rift. You're going to get that included. The very first thing we're going after is funding. And then we're going to start diversifying because we can't just have all this money sitting around for no reason. No, we have to diversify. And this is not something that we choose. This ain't for the weak. This is for those that is going to allow God to use what you build to bless it. It's not going to be just about you and your family. It's going to be bigger than that. And God is trying to position you just like he positioned Joseph. Go buy up all of the wheat in Egypt. That costed investment to be able to do that. But because he obeyed God, he became ruler over Egypt. Straight out. Okay? Esther, it was an investment for her to go and submit herself and wash herself and prepare herself for King Hersed. Or I can't pronounce his name, but for the king, okay? To go before the king to save a whole entire nation, not just her and her uncle Mordecai and her intermediate family. She became a ruler in a time where rulership for women was not even heard of. Okay, so this is about rulership. This is about pivoting. This is about you actually possessing and taking possession over God's resources and putting yourself and your family in the best position that you can ever put yourself in, because this is where the Lord does not hold his hand back. To whom much is given, much is required. I've given you the resources. I'm going to see if you're going to deny me access to do what I need to do through you with those resources for my people. Because he who was faithful with little shall be made ruler over much. I got to get the cake up to get in those mentorships. That's a shortcut to success. Absolutely. Question: what would be the order of the bots? Is it avatar, tone, bestseller, outline, chapter? It's bestseller, avatar first, because then you get the bestseller. It's avatar first, and then it's bestseller, and then it's tone. What tone is this bestseller going to be written in? And then it's the outline, how you're going to outline it. Then it's the chapters. Okay. With that being said, that 12 month to $1 million, 1,000% guaranteed, you're going to do $1 million in 12 months or less. And I can't make for FTC claims and all this legal stuff. I can't make statements like you're going to get to $1 million in 2 months. I can say 12 months, but if I get you there in 2 months, I can say 12 months, but if I get you there in 6 months, as long as it's before 12 months. So that is a guarantee that before 12 months, you will be a millionaire. You will have your first million. Okay. Even though there are paths that'll get you there faster than 12 months. That's what I can say. It does not take a long time to make $1 million. That mentorship or that program, because it's a program, it's already carved out a framework. You're going to do exactly this. And then you're going to have the ability to work with me in a closer proximity than a mentorship, because now we get to go buy land together, waterfront land, and Florida and Texas and California and Georgia. Now we get to go hand in hand on projects, building our own communities, okay, building our own cities of refuge for God's people. We get access to land for pennies on the dollars. I got connections where you don't even got to put no money down, okay? In your business name, the land can go in your business name. Put that inside of your trust. and your family live off of that forever. So there is a framework and there is a way to go about doing this that I will never ever share publicly. I've already did it. I've showed you the receipts. I don't got to do that. This is not no brag factor. This is real life. I showed you what to do and that I have done it so that you know how to do it. And then I'm going to get you there in faster speed, faster time than it took me. If I go get $1 million, I just got 1 million. If 12 of us go get $1 million, we got 12 million. We can do a lot of things with that. Okay. That is a 5K upfront mentorship. Once I get you funded, and my goal is to get your money back within 30 days, I'm going to send you first off the rip to go get you 25 to 50K. Because I'm going to want my other 5K. The initial cost of that mastermind is 10K. That is lesser than a fast food worker would make in a year. That is lesser than what somebody receiving Social Security would make in a year. If they get $1,000 to $1,200 every month for 12 months, you do the math. That is over $12,000, $13,000 in a year. It is $10,000 for that mentorship. $5,000 is due up on the front end. Okay, you willing to go get access to this 5-figure information? Okay, cool. Go get you 25,000 right here. Go get you 50,000 right here. And then you can go ahead and pay me my other 5K. And now you are in profit. Okay. Put it on a credit card. So what? Leverage the credit card to make you more money. Period. Point blank. I'm going to show you how to go get interest-free funding that you can pay off that whole entire credit card and then liquidate whatever is left. You want to change it into cash where you can go get you some assets or whatever the case may be. I'm going to show you things that I have never shown anybody publicly because there are ways and hacks to get there faster. Okay. It's a 5K investment. If you need a payment plan or you need a link, you can talk to me. I'm going to get you funded. So I'm going to get my 5K on the back end up front. But if you, and that's probably just for one person, and like, I really need that program. I try to make it conveniently easy for everybody to get in. Okay. But I'm not dumbing down. I'm not begging. I'm not chasing. I'm not watering down, valuing. So no, I want you to come up. I'm not coming down. I will bargain with you. Okay. I will be not a thorn, but a hand up, not a hand out. And that's for one person. I need a payment plan, Dr. T. Let me get a payment plan. Then I can email you a link. That's only for one person. But if you are ready to take 5K and turn that into 25 to 50K, pay the 5K. Use it from your savings. Use it from that 401K that you might not ever see. Use it from the credit card they approved you on. Don't go use the credit card for bills and for debt. Use it for leverage. Okay. That's it. That's the end of my shift here. I told the mother, the elder, that I would come back and I would explain. I have explained everything. Took it out 2 hours and some change to explain everything. So people are without excuse. I love y'all. Okay. I pray all, blessings and everything that God has in store for those who listen and obey him. And for those who don't, I pray mercy for you. Okay. Either way it go, I'm still praying for you. I love y'all. And until I come around here with something else, then I'll see you when I see you. Okay. Peace out, y'all.